Hello everyone, today in the part 5 we will discuss about the important questions that may ask in the NEET PG exam. Today we will discuss about the triangles of the neck topic questions. So just make sure that you just read out the triangles of the neck part so that you can easily able to answer the questions. Just try to answer the questions by yourself, and of course I am there to answer the questions, but just try to answer by yourself first. So first of all, the base of anterior triangle of the neck is formed by the body of the mandible. Posterior boundary of anterior triangle is formed by the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Anterior boundary of anterior triangle of neck is formed by the midline of neck. Sternocleidomastoid muscle is supplied by which artery? It is the occipital, superior thyroid and the suprascapular artery. Sternocleidomastoid muscle is related to what on the deep surfaces? It is the external carotid artery, 9th, 10th, 11th and the 12th cranial nerves and the internal jugular vein. The roof of posterior triangle is pierced by lesser occipital nerve, greater auricular nerve, supraclavicular nerve and the transverse cervical nerve, and also the external jugular vein. Floor of posterior triangle is formed by semispinalis capitis muscle, splanus capitis muscle and the levator scapulae muscle. Contents of the occipital triangle are occipital artery, superficial transverse cervical artery, dorsal scapular nerve, spinal accessory nerve and the supraclavicular nerve. What are the contents of the supraclavicular triangle? It is the subclavian artery, superficial transverse cervical artery and the trunks of the brachial plexus. Structures in the posterior triangle of neck which are deep to the prevertebral fascia are the occipital artery, subclavian artery and the brachial plexus nerve. What are the boundaries of the posterior triangle of neck? These are posterior border of the sternocleidomastoid muscle, anterior border of trapezius muscle and the middle 1/3 of the clavicle. Boundaries of the occipital triangle of the neck are posterior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle, anterior border of trapezius muscle and the inferior belly of omohyoid. Boundaries of the subclavian triangle of the neck are posterior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle, inferior belly of omohyoid and the middle 1/3 of the clavicle. Occasionally, clavicle is pierced by middle supraclavicular nerve. Sternocleidomastoid muscle is crossed superficially by great auricular nerve, transverse cervical nerve and the external jugular vein. During lymph node removal or we can say biopsy in the posterior triangle of neck, nerve most commonly damaged is the spinal accessory nerve. Which lymph nodes are? The left supraclavicular lymph nodes are known as the Virchow's lymph nodes. Commonest cause of the cervical lymphadenopathy in children is? It is a scalp infection. Commonest cause of cervical lymphadenopathy in adults is? It is the cancer. Sternocleidomastoid muscle is supplied by which nerve? It is the spinal accessory nerve, cervical number 2nd and 3rd nerve. Sternocleidomastoid muscle and the trapezius muscle are supplied by spinal accessory nerve. Sclanus medius is pierced by dorsal scapular nerve. Trunks of brachial plexus pass between sclanus anterior and the sclanus medius muscle. Which artery passes posterior to the sclanus anterior muscle? It is the subclavian artery. Which trunk of brachial plexus passes posterior to the sclanus anterior muscle? It is the lower trunk of brachial plexus. Which vein passes anterior to the sclanus anterior muscle? It is the subclavian vein. Features of the transverse cervical artery are? Now this transverse cervical artery is actually a branch of the thoracocervical trunk, and this artery basically crosses the sclanus anterior and the sclanus medius muscle, and it crosses the upper trunk of the brachial plexus. Most common cause of swelling in the posterior triangle of neck is the supraclavicular lymphadenopathy. With which bone does hyoid bone articulates? None. The hyoid bone doesn't articulate with any other bone. Upper border of thyroid cartilage corresponds to cervical number 4th vertebra. Level of cricoid cartilage corresponds to cervical number 6th vertebra. Roof of supraclavicular and carotid triangle is formed by investing layer of deep cervical fascia. Parts of anterior triangle of neck. These are, remember, 4. That is the digastric triangle, carotid triangle, muscular and the submental triangle. Now, which part of the anterior triangle is incomplete on one side? It is the submental triangle. Rest all the triangles are complete in one side, while the submental triangle is incomplete on one side. Boundaries of the submental triangle are: the base of this particular triangle is formed by the body of hyoid bone, sides by the anterior belly of digastric muscle, and floor by the mylohyoid muscle. Content of the submental triangle are submental lymph node, of course. What is drained by the submental lymph node? That is the tip of tongue, floor of oral cavity, and the lower incisor teeth. Boundaries of the digastric triangle are: bases by the body of mandible and the sides by the anterior belly of digastric muscle. Floor of digastric triangle is formed by mylohyoid muscle, hyaloglossus muscle, and the middle constrictor muscle of pharynx. Which ligament divides the digastric triangle? It is the stylomandibular ligament. What are the contents of the anterior part of the digastric triangle? They are 12th cranial nerve, submandibular gland, facial artery and vein, submental artery, mylohyoid nerve and vessels. What are the boundaries of the carotid triangle? Over here, antero-superior boundary is formed by the posterior belly of digastric and the stylohyoid. Antero-inferior boundary is formed by the superior belly of omohyoid, and roof is formed by the investing layer of deep cervical fascia. Floor of carotid triangle is formed by thyroid, hyoglossus, and the middle constrictor muscle of pharynx. Carotid triangle contents are the common carotid artery, internal carotid artery, external carotid artery, vagus nerve, accessory nerve, hypoglossal nerve, ascending pharyngeal artery, superior thyroid artery, lingual artery, facial artery, and the occipital artery. Common carotid artery bifurcates at the upper border of the thyroid cartilage. What is the first branch of the external carotid artery? It is the ascending pharyngeal artery. Lingual artery arises at which level? At the tip of greater cornua of the hyoid bone. What are the tributaries of the interjugular vein in the carotid triangle? These are common facial vein, lingual vein, and the superior thyroid vein. Name the suprahyoid muscle. They are digastric, stylohyoid, geniohyoid, and the mylohyoid muscles. Name the infrahyoid muscle. Now there are basically two planes over here, superficial plane and the deep plane. In the superficial plane there are two muscles, that is the omohyoid and the sternohyoid. And the deep plane there are further two muscles, that is the sternothyroid and thyrohyoid. So basically in the infrahyoid muscle we have total 4 muscles. What are the boundaries of the muscular triangle? Over here there are two posterior borders. Superiorly, the posterior border is formed by the superior belly of omohyoid, while inferiorly there is anterior border of sternocleidomastoid muscle forming the posterior border of muscular triangle. Floor is formed by the sternohyoid and sternothyroid muscle, and the roof is formed by the deep cervical fascia. What are the contents of the muscular triangle? These are the sternohyoid and the sternothyroid muscle. Laryngeal prominence, that is the Adam's apple, is formed by which cartilage? That is the thyroid cartilage. Thickest cutaneous nerve in the head and neck is the greater occipital nerve. So today up till here, we'll discuss about the further question of the further important topics in our next videos. Thank you so much.